So I literally just got done doing a video talking about what happened in Oregon, where they claimed that getting rid of their standards on math and English actually would help the minority community, of course. Some of the most racist garbage you could ever think of. And so they've actually fully just gotten rid of the standard when it comes to math and English by basically saying you don't have to pass any of those classes anymore. And what do you know, I didn't see this article pop up. Apparently, Atlanta mom says schools segregated her daughter into black-only classes. Apparently, this Atlanta school was separating students to white classes and black classes. Of course, an entirely racist thing to do, absolutely just indefensible to do. Yet, of course, this is what we're now seeing in some of these liberal hellholes in public schools. So right here we have, like I say, Atlanta mom school segregated daughter into black-only classes, and she's filing a lawsuit. Good on her. She should file a lawsuit. She should get tons of money, as well as every parent who has a kid in that school should be getting a good payday from this. There is no reason this should ever be accepted in our society. A black mother is blasting her daughter's Georgia elementary school for segregating African American students to give them more opportunities amid a series of controversies tied to critical race theory. Calipasi filed a federal discrimination complaint against Mary Lynn Elementary School in Atlanta after learning her daughter has been placed in a class only for black students. The outraged mother told WSB-TV that Principal Sharon Briscoe, who is also black, informed her that the students were being separated by race to give them more opportunities. The school had 2 classes for black students and 6 for white students, Posey said. Posey also claims she only found out about the situation after the principal said her daughter couldn't be placed in a certain teacher's class. Now, this is a quote. She said, "That's not one of our black classes." And I immediately said, "What does that mean?" I was confused. I asked for more clarification. I was like, "We have those in school?" I'll be honest, if someone said, "Hey, your kid can't go to this class, it isn't one of the white classes," I'd be very, very concerned too. And then she proceeded to say, "Yes, I have decided that I'm going to place all of the black students in 2 classes." The mother said that she insisted her daughter be placed in a white class, but the principal said the girl would be isolated. So the principal is literally saying, so this is the principal right here. So the principal, she's really saying that if you're in a group that isn't of your race, you are isolated. Now that's funny to me, because I've gone all across this country. I have done work with different offices. I've had to stay in Seattle, I've had to stay in Alaska, I've had to stay in New York, I've had to stay in Texas. I've been all over the place, right? And I've been in some areas where I was by far the only white person there, right? I've been in some really, interesting situations in that way. I never once felt isolated, right? I just made friends with whoever was around. I just started hanging out with people. That was it. I never felt isolated because there wasn't anyone who was my race who was next to me. Like when I was in a boxing gym over near Fayetteville, it was basically all black people there. Guess what? I still talk to them. They're still some of my friends. I never was isolated because they were a different race than me. That doesn't make any sense. It's complete lunacy to think, oh, you're a bit more tan than me. We're not alike at all. No, it is absolute lunacy. And the fact this woman apparently thinks in this racist way, she should be removed as a principal immediately. There should be no reason she should still have her job at all. Just no reason whatsoever. I explained to her that she shouldn't be isolated or punished because I'm unwilling to go along with your illegal and unethical practice. Yeah, that's good. The mother said that she had lost sleep trying to work out why the school thought it was a good idea. I was just in disbelief. I was having this conversation in 2020 with a person that looks just like me, a black woman. Well, maybe she's starting to realize the fact of, yes, there are racists in all races, right? I have met Asians who are racist. I have met black people who are racist. I have met white people who are racist. All right, racism isn't a color thing exactly. It's more of just an idiot thing, right? If you're an idiot, you can be a racist. It's as simple as that, because only idiots are actually racist. Only an idiot would say, you know what, that person doesn't look like me, therefore I'm going to discriminate against them. It doesn't make any sense, right? If you are a racist, you are just a dumbass. There is no way around it. This woman here is an idiot. This woman here needs to be removed. Racism can exist between any race possible, right? Any person can be racist. It's segregating classrooms. You cannot segregate classrooms. You can't do it. The Atlantic Public School District confirmed it had been investigated, has investigated the allegations made. and that appropriate actions were taken. Well, what were those appropriate actions? A district spokeswoman or spokesperson would not elaborate on what those actions were. Yeah, I wonder why. Atlanta Public Schools does not condone the assigning of students to classrooms based on race, the statement from the district said. The district did not deny the allegations. The Department of Education is running a separate investigation related to Posse's, I don't know how to say her last name, discrimination complaint. Race and the teaching of critical race theory in schools have increased tensions in the U.S. over the last year. Yes, it has, and for damn good a reason. Any school that's teaching this racist nonsense needs to be shut down, and everyone responsible for it needs to be fired and have their entire pension, just everything revoked. If you're going to try to push racist garbage down the throats of children, you deserve to be taken out. I mean, in the sense of you should be fired. Let me clarify there. You should be fired. So you should be completely taken out of schools. There's no reason why you should even be remotely a teacher at that point. Much of the outrage has centered on the concerns that children are being indoctrinated to the belief that white people are inherently racist and that race plays a role in most of all of our social interactions. That is exactly what they're teaching. All right, they are literally teaching kids at this point that every interaction they have in life can be decided based on race, that every interaction they had in life has been impacted by their race. It makes no sense. It just doesn't. All right, again, I have been in plenty of areas where I was the minority of that group and nothing changed. We all got along. No one cared. Why? Because we all had the same interest. Right? Race did not play a role in that friendship, not one bit. Why? Because we're not racist. If you think race plays a role in any of your social interactions, or for the majority of all your social interactions, say, because there are some interactions you might have with a racist that or race would play a role. But if you think all of your interactions you have throughout your entire life is due to racism, or has some response to racism, or that some people are inherently racist because of their color of their skin, you got a problem. You got a problem. In Virginia on Tuesday, a teacher broke down as she resigned in front of the London County School Board meeting because she was sick of pushing their highly politicized agendas on our most vulnerable constituents. Now, this is a great story here. Laura Morris, who said that she has taught at Luckett's Elementary School in Leesburg for about 5 years, defiantly declared, "I quit your policies, I quit your training, I quit being a cog in the machine that tells me to push highly politicized agendas to our most vulnerable constituents' children." The 5th grade teacher claimed the school had previously asked her and other staffers not to spread dissenting views. The fact they're not allowed to spread dissenting views, my God. Great woman here, great woman. She had enough and she just quit in front of everyone, which was fantastic. I highly encourage you to go watch that video. Within the last year, I was in one of my so-called equity trainings that white Christian able-bodied females currently have a power in our schools, and that has to change, she told the board. Now, let me get this straight. Saying that a certain race of people have too much power and that has to change. Where have I heard that one before? Maybe a certain people who wear a funny hat have heard that plenty of times, right? It's the same dialogue. It's the same exact verbiage and everything. It was a long time ago. It was, again, they said, Jewish people had too much power in the current system, and this had to change. And look what happened. And now we're saying that, of course, with white people. Now, it's funny that, they say, white Christian able-bodied females, because obviously there's more females in the school district than there are males. And the fact they're putting out Christian as well. I mean, I'm just saying, there's things are going down, and you gotta be ready for them, because it's getting scary out there. I'm telling you. Clearly, you have made your point. You no longer value me or many other teachers you've employed in this county. So since my contract outlines the power that you have over my employment in London County Public Schools, I thought necessary to resign in front of you. Fantastic. Just a fantastic job by her. She just resigned in front of the entire school board. It was great. It was fantastic. Now, I would rather have seen a lawsuit, to be perfectly honest. But man, I'm not going to knock her. I'm not going to knock her for that, right? I mean, the fact is we need more teachers like her. We need more teachers like Miss Morris here who decided, you know what? Screw your system. Screw what you're teaching. I'm out of here. If that's going to cause problems with the classes going forward, that's on you. That's on the public school system. And the reality is, at this point, I think it's pretty clear to say we should all be, for the most part, homeschooling our children as is, right? Either homeschooling, private schooling, maybe send them to a Catholic school. I mean, me and my wife aren't Catholic, but we're thinking about sending our kid to a Catholic school just because of how good they typically do when it comes to, the education, quality they can get. But just do something other than public school. If you can't afford private school, man, just homeschool. If you got to take them to work with you where you're going, if you can do that, do that. I'll tell you, they'll learn more going to work with you than they will in the schools at this point. It is pathetic, and it's a real shame. It really is. I went to a good public school. It had its problems, but for the most part, it was a pretty good school. I was in a good area of North Carolina near the coast. We had really good public schools overall. So I know there's good teachers out there. There are good teachers like Miss Morris here. And now they're being pressured left and right to start pushing this nonsense garbage down children's throats and trying to indoctrinate them into a belief that is in fact racist at its core. But as long as people like Miss Morris here keep standing up and actually, fighting back and actually saying, you know what, I'm not going to put up with this. I quit. I'm gone. Screw you. I'll see you later, right? As long as more people start doing stuff like this, we can actually start seeing a change. With more parents going to these school board meetings and actually speaking up, we can see a change. And that is what we need to be doing at the end of the day. What happened, at the beginning of this story with the segregated classes, I'm telling you, I doubt this is the only school that's been doing it. I truly doubt this is the only school that's been doing it. I'm pretty sure this has been happening all over the country, and just like, she said, she didn't know this was happening until she kind of found out by accident. So how many other schools might be doing the same? We don't know. But the fact that they feel comfortable doing this racist garbage just in front of everyone, it makes you wonder, okay, what other stuff are they hiding? What other stuff are they not telling you? What other stuff are they doing with your kids behind your back? Either way, of course, like always, what do you think? Leave in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on the video. It really helps us out on YouTube, as well as, subscribe to the channel, man. All right, we have videos coming out now Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days a week. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you again real soon.